Right, well, on the back of that, we've got a little game called Shot Stopper.
Right.
So I know, Fabe knows your love for Rangers now, and I've always known your love for Rangers. So Shot Stopper's a game we put two names up against one another, right? And you have to pick the one name, and then that name will then go on to the next name, and we, you knock each other out, basically. So we've done Rangers versus songwriters, right? So we've got John Grieg versus Elton John.
Doesn't matter who you say, John Gregg.
Really?
Elton John is my hero, right? But John Gregg, I don't know if you know this, is known as the greatest ever Ranger. Like, he is Rangers.
We've started too big. No.
So, like, as much as Elton is my hero, he's the reason I play piano. You could have said anybody there, and John Gregg would have won.
Really? So is there no point in having John Gregg in
So
there?
now is it what, John Gregg going to go up against other people?
Everybody else, like other 20 names.
It'll be John Gregg versus Paul Gascoigne now.
You can't beat John Gregg.
Right, so let's get John Gregg
wipe him
aside.
Take him out.
Right, so just so you know, if you can't answer one, it's a shot. That's why it's called Shot Stopper.
Oh, right. Okay.
So you can't.
Right.
Obviously, you can't. It's Monday, man. I'm not shotting anything. So just do a finger of your lucky
take take him out.
Right. So John Gregg, we've established as one, the first name. All right. So let's start with Elton John.
Right.
Elton John or Paul Gascoigne.
See, now that's immediately hard, because Gaza would have been he's prime Rangers for when I was getting into the team, right?
Nostalgia.
Oh, and he was so good. Like, again, at that time we had so many good players back in the mid-90s, but Gaza could glide across the ground and nobody would get anywhere near him. And it's funny because when you watch him back then, I was watching videos of him recently actually. It doesn't look like he's lightning quick, but no one can get anywhere near him because of the way he moves, the way he protects the ball. Phenomenal footballer. And Elton John is my hero. Like, he is the reason. I wouldn't say he was my songwriting hero, funnily enough. He was the reason that I wanted to play piano, because I loved, like, his early stuff, like that, like Goodbye Albert Road is it's in my top. Is it my favourite song? It's definitely in my top 3 of favourite songs. Like, it's unbelievable. And so I can't believe this. I think I'm going to pick Gaza.
Wow. Question on Gaza.
Yeah.
1996.
When he scored over Colin Hendry's head.
Yeah, how did that feel that day?
Not great. in retrospect, because he was a Rangers icon at the time, because he was playing for Rangers at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much you remember. We'd literally just missed a penalty. Gary McAllister had just missed a penalty.
Seaman.
And Gaza ran up the park and did that. I mean, looking back on it, it's classic Gaza. It's what he was. Yeah. And I sort of do have affection for the fact he scored that goal. If it could have been against anybody apart from Scotland.
That was the famous celebration as well, wasn't it?
The Danish,
But saying that as well, you also went on tour with Elton John, didn't you?
I did. I supported him, which was, again, pretty wild. But that would have been the year everything that happened to me like that was 2003. At the same, because then though, I guess we're probably going to come on to more of this, but so I got to play with Elton. I put on the same level, right? I got to play at Ronald de Boer, the Dutch international Ronald de Boer.
Yeah.
I got to play at his birthday party and then hang out with Ronald de Boer, Mikel Arteta, Arthur Newman, Shota Arveladze, absolute Rangers legends. Yeah. I put that on a par with supporting Elton John because those guys were my heroes. Yeah. So, like, yeah.
Okay, so
we got Paul Gascoigne or John Lennon.
Oh,
John Lennon.
Ooh.
Because as much as Gaza beats Elton because of the songwriting, which is obviously where I've landed.
Yeah.
In my opinion, John Lennon and Paul McCartney are still, after all this time, the best songwriters that have ever lived. And I think the fact that they were doing it at a time where they were basically inventing a lot of the time as they were going. Like, obviously their early stuff was inspired heavily by Black American music, but beyond that, what they did was all, they were making it up as they went along. And some of their songwriting, the fact that they met in Liverpool at a time when they were teenagers, the fact that, including George Harrison, those three are three of the best songwriters of all time, and they just so happen to be in the same group at that time. That will never happen again.
No.
So it pains me, but Lennon beats Gaza.
Right, Lennon or Ali McCoist?
I think there's a lot of shots here.
That's a shot.
Oh, really?
I can't. Because again, if you were to say, as much as John Gregg is the greatest Rangers ever, if you ask me who is your hero, it's Ali McCoist. Because I was a kid when Ali was prime Rangers.
Look,
he was scoring.
this is like, say that's limoncello. This is half limoncello, half yogurt. This is nothing. So it's really nice. It's really nice. Look, I won't give you that. Let's do it.
It's got yogurt in it.
It's got yogurt in it. No, like, look, I'll give you a little, like, look.
Give me a sip.
A sip. There you go. Right. Hold on. A bit more than that, because that's not a sip. Right. So you're doing a shot. You're the first one to do a shot. Try it. So it's...
I'm having that.
It's all right.
It's not bad. It's
so
not
we'll
bad.
leave this out. We'll leave this out. Okay.
Yeah, that I can't choose between those two.
Right. Okay. So we start again now. So here you go.
We've got Neil Young or Barry Ferguson. Class is looking good.
I mean, I can't believe I'm tempted to say Barry Ferguson, and listeners will be going, "Are you utterly mental?" Because he is one of the best songwriters ever. But again, it's that personal thing.
Yeah.
Barry Ferguson was the captain of Rangers when I was in my late teens, so he's like another hero of mine. I also performed at Barry Ferguson's. He got an MBE, and I was invited to go and perform at the party for his MBE. So I feel like, as mad as it is, I'm going to say Barry Ferguson.
Barry Ferguson or Stevie Wonder?
Stevie.
All right. Okay.
Stevie.
Why?
Again, songwriting. Like, one of the greatest ever songwriters. He's phenomenal. So, am I changing my mind? No, Stevie.
Stevie Wonder.
Okay, Stevie Wonder or Alan McGregor?
Oh, see, again, Griggs is another one of my heroes. He's like, arguably, alongside Andy Gorham, he's maybe our best ever goalkeeper. Alan McGregor.
Right. Alan McGregor or David Bowie?
It's so
This
random.
is ridiculous.
Alan McGregor or David Bowie?
But it's that level of what you believe to be.
That's it, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
of course you should say David Bowie, but it's my team, innit? I can't choose.
Oh,
I can't have any more. I've still got a wee bit. I'll have a wee sip.
Go on,
of that
go on,
one.
go on,
I'll have
go
a
on,
wee
go
sip of the yogurt.
Right.
I think they're going to give you a lifetime membership. Like, it's a proper supporter.
Right. Brian Laudrup or Bob Dylan?
Laudrup.
No
Easy.
Wow.
He was that era when I was in my early teens where McCoist was absolutely my hero. Super Ali is my absolute Rangers idol. But Brian Laudrup and Paul Gascoigne, but Brian Laudrup is arguably the best player who's ever played for Glasgow Rangers. So there are certain names that will just not be beat. He's one of them.
Okay.
Brian Laudrup or Davy Cooper?
Oh! I can't. No, I can't choose. I can't choose between them. That's too hard.
Can't do no more shots.
I can't do it. No, I've got to drive.
I'll do it for him.
Go on, big man. Happy Monday.
They've not released anything in a while. Right, so you can't choose Paul McCartney or Richard Gough.
Richard Gough.
Sorry. Okay, go. Richard Gough. I don't know Scottish players.
Richard Gough again, that era, incredible. But Paul McCartney.
Do you know what? I was going to say Gough.
Richard Gough. No, McCartney.
Paul McCartney or Prince?
Ooh.
And why?
Again, do you know what? I think as individual artists, I would say Prince. Mm-hmm. Again, because of what I said earlier with McCartney, I feel like that, and again, the songwriter in me says this, I feel like just doing stuff that had literally never been done before will never happen again. So as much as if you said Prince versus the Beatles, I'd probably say the Beatles. If you said Prince versus McCartney as an artist, I'd probably say Prince. But McCartney, because of the songwriting and because he was a Beatle,
Yeah.
I think McCartney.
Okay. So, Paul McCartney or James Tavernier?
It's so stupid. See, what I'm not going to do is so Tav at the moment is still our captain. He's not having the best season, to be fair, and he's been there for 10 years now, right? So it's getting to that point. He probably doesn't have too much long left, I would guess.
He's noble in it, and he's noble. So it's like that, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he is the last Rangers captain to lift the league trophy.
Mm.
So I think I'm going to choose James Tavernier.
Oh dear. This is a songwriter.
This is a songwriter, yeah.
Tavernier or Carole King?
I'm not going to be silly this time. Carole King. Has to be. Again, she's another one of my heroes. I think she's one of the best. Her body of work, not just for herself. Some of the songs she's also written for other people, which is obviously relatable for me. She's an incredible songwriter.
Right. Carole King or Jim Baxter?
Still Carole King.
Right.
Again, for the songwriting, but also Slim Jim was just a tiny bit, he was before my time. So I know what he means to a lot of the Rangers fans, but it was different to John Gregg. He was just a wee bit before my time.
Okay. So last one. Carole King or Leonard Cohen?
Oh, I mean, they do such different...
Yeah.
Because he is arguably the greatest poet as a songwriter ever.
Yeah.
You know, he's... I can't choose between them.
Oh, he's definitely hanging on a shot. Okay.